Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Buer, Kentucky Derby points on the line in the El Camino Real Derby at Golden Gate Fields. You can bet that race via DRF Bets, and if you sign up for a new DRF Bets account, you can access a $200 free bet, no deposit required at drf.com/join. Please use the promo code FREEBET09. Let's take a look at this field of 3-year-olds set to go 9 furlongs over the Tapeta surface at Golden Gate Fields. The number 4 is Choo for Jerry Hollendorfer, winner of the local prep for the El Camino Real Derby. For trainer Jerry Hollendorfer, that was the California Derby. Listen, synthetic, not a problem. Yeah. I don't think distance is a problem. As a son of English Channel, he's trained by Jerry Hollendorfer. Boy, I think this horse is rock solid. Everything's likable except the price.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to take him as the favorite in this race most likely, but I think that's probably how it should be just based on the races that he's run coming into this race and his synthetic debut last time in the Cal Derby. I mean, it was a relatively easy win. Workmanlike, he was wide in that race. He took over. He didn't get away from that field in the stretch, but they were never going to run him down either. He's a logical favorite in here. Not one that I'm, terrified to take a shot against, but he's a logical favorite.
I think one of the more polarizing horses in this race is the filly taking on the boys down towards the rail. That's the number 1 Paved, 2-1 on the morning line. I think a lot of folks are going to watch that last race and say she Bayard 88. That's better than anything else in this field has ever run. She beat a couple of next out winners. Her 2 prior starts on turf, she went against a very good turf filly out in Southern California named Ipidemia's Girl. I think you could also look at it the other way and say, boy, that trip really worked out for her last time out, where a couple of horses completely blew the first turn. True. Paved was able to save all the ground. She got out, and then she was able to finish against weaker maidens. I like the fact that she wanted 1 1/8. She's going to get some pace. I think she drifts off the 2-1.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of price you can get on her. The 88 buyer sitting there, I think it really does hurt your price in this race, so I wouldn't expect too big a price on her. But the thing that I like about her, and I think she's a super dangerous horse in here, she improved last time, and you could see the improvement coming based on her first 2 starts. And yeah, did she get a really good trip in that race? She did, but it was almost like Drayden Van Dyke could have done whatever he wanted with her in that race. I mean, he just took a big hold of her first time through the stretch. He just let her settle on the rail. Once he took her clear, she just ran away from that field. This filly has some ability.
The 2 is Blended Citizen for trainer Doug O'Neill. This horse finished behind Choo on turf at Santa Anita, the Eddie Logan Stakes. This is going to be his first start off about a month-and-a-half layoff. He's another horse that can get some pace. I look at this pedigree and I wonder, I'm not sure about the 9.
Yeah, I'm worried about the distance for this horse too. It's the biggest drawback for me with him. He's going to sit off the pace. He's going to try and outkick Choo and Paved in this race, and that may not be easy for him, but maybe he'll improve on synthetic.
Timeform US Pace Projector believes that this pace will be relatively hot. A red bar indicates a fast pace. The 6 Calixman is on the lead. Calixman went gate to wire on turf last time out at Del Mar. This pace projector works against Calixman as he steps up against winners for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to truly be a fast pace, then it's certainly not going to help him. He's got to stretch out to the 9 furlongs. I would really worry about that distance for this horse. If I was going to take a shot with him in here, he's just going to have to really improve in this race.
Mugaritz, the number 9, I think is going to get the mile. Bruno saw his flag down. Remember him? He wanted to run about all day long. What I like about Mugaritz's last race was they decided to take him just off the pace. They wanted to teach him and see if he could finish at 1 1/16 after 2 front-running wins against weaker competition. While he didn't beat Choo, I think he passed the rating test. And if he can sit off of the pace here, he might be able to get the jump on some of the true closers, horses like Paved, horses like City Plan.
Yeah, I agree with that. The thing about him in this race, too, is from the outside post, if a horse like Calixman just goes out there winging on the lead, this horse won't be on the lead, but it'll be closer to it. I think I have no problem with them taking him back off the pace last time, but what you really can't do in that situation is be behind Choo, and he was behind Choo in that race. Get in front of him this time and make that horse come and run you down.
Mario Gutierrez comes up, and he's going to ride this one instead of the Doug O'Neill horse, Blended Citizen. City Plan, the 5. We just really not even thinking about this correctly. City Plan's only start on a synthetic surface, came from well off the pace, pulled off an upset, beat a decent 3-year-old in Southern California in Ayacara. The last race is just simply a throwout. He had no shot on dirt against McKinsey. Now he's back to his favored surface, and if you believe the pace projector's getting the scenario he needs.
I can see this horse pulling off another upset. I mean, he's been a big price in every one of his races, both of his career wins so far at huge prices. This is a horse I will definitely be using in this race. I don't care about the sham. He wasn't going to win that race. I don't care about the front runner. He wasn't going to win that race. His synthetic race in the Gold Rush was good. He was wide every step of the way in there, and he just stayed on through the stretch. Even when he broke his maiden at Los Al, I mean, he didn't get a lot of help from his 7-pound bug rider in that race, but he still managed to get it done in there. This horse is okay.
Could be the one has won 4 out of his last 5 races, but all of those races came against weaker horses, and perhaps more importantly, at sprint distances, a gigantic stretch out for a very sharp horse.
Yeah, he's won 4 of his last 5 races, so if you're going to take a shot, now's the time to do it. It's all about distance for him. We'll see if he can get it.
Another big price horse is the 8 Unlawful Act. This horse has found a home on the Tapeta surface at Golden Gate Fields. He shipped up here for Matthew Troy. He's won 2 in a row with tactical speed.
Yeah, 2 in a row, and he can get a good trip in this race, but he's very slow on the way in.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the El Camino Real Derby. You're going with a horse that's 10-1 on the morning line. The number 7 Epical, pace-pressing winner of the debut at Santa Anita on turf, paid $40 that day.
Yeah, I liked that effort from him, though. He got forward in that race without making the lead, but he just kept up there after the pace the entire way. What I liked most about the debut, though, was just the way that he finished it. He kept after that pace the entire way. When he finally ran down the horse who was on the lead, he really had to run again because the horse that finished second to him was really closing hard down the outside, but I like the way this horse found more and held him off. I really feel like that was an underrated debut for this horse. Listen, he's got to handle synthetic surface for the first time. He's got to go 9 furlongs in a graded stakes race. There are things working against him, but if he can just improve a little bit off his debut, I think he's dangerous.
You're going to go 7, 1, 5, and 4. Paved ran fast at 1 1/8. Now she's going to have to do it against males, and she's going to have to do it on a synthetic surface, but it appears she's going to get another solid pace. She's my top pick in here. I'll try to get Blended Citizen off the layoff into the number, splitting the 2 favorites. 1, 2, 4 for me in the El Camino Real Derby. Again, if you're playing the Golden Gate Saturday card from home, please consider DRF Bets. $200 free bet, no deposit required. DRF.com/join is where you need to go, and please use the promo code FREEBET09. Approximate post time for the El Camino Real 5 Pacific. Good luck.